right.
Yeah.
If you had to do an adaptation of a pop culture thing or of anything, a movie kind of thing, whether it was like, video game or I don't know, an action figure line or anything like that, what would there be something that intrigued you, or is it just like, hey, the money's right, I'll do it?
Um, well, I mean, that's almost true with anything.
Yeah,
The money's right.
sure.
I don't know. It'd be cool to do a something today on like in the tradition of Reefer Madness.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it'd be interesting to portray like the ridiculous arguments the opposition pulls out or keeps out for 70 years, even though it's been debunked over and over again. And yeah, I could see a screenplay in that.
Dude, that would be great, actually. Yeah, you could do a lot of fun shit with New Reefer Madness. All right, I like it. I like it. All right, let's get to a little feedback here. There was only a couple really good. Well, one's just hilarious because it's straight ass from a basic thinker. You're gonna recognize it when you see it because you commented on it. But we'll start with this one here. I wanted to talk about him a little bit more because you touched upon him a second. But
Awesome.
Freedom Pictures says Rob got me with Billy Jack. I grew up on Billy Jack thanks to my dad. He got me into all the classics. That made me think of my dad and some good memories. That was his favorite scene from those movies. Thank you for that. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Billy Jack a little more. He was a pretty big influence for you then, or everything like that. And yeah, like just talk about that a little bit more. I thought that was pretty cool that you made mention of him because I'm completely unaware of him.
Well, so I hadn't heard of him until he was brought up as a reference for the character that I would be in Wrong Side of Town. So okay. Yeah, the director slash writer slash producer, David DeFalco, he brought that up and said I should watch Billy Jack because David knew me well and said that that'd be a good role model or someone for me to keep in mind because he was very calm and collected like me, but he was an action guy and would fight while keeping his cool. And so, because of that, I watched Billy Jack and I was like, yeah, man, this dude's really cool. It's like a Indian Chuck Norris.
Yeah, sweet. I'm going to look him up a little bit more too. I'm intrigued. All right. So the other feedback I had.
Very famous scene that this is what's bigger than him. And by the way, what a story this guy has, the real guy, because like he invested all his money into his own movie. And then I think he actually rented out. It's been a while since I've read his history, but he probably got his script turned down. That's usually part of the inspiration, but I don't know for sure that happened. But he ended up putting his own money in and like renting out theaters and showing his own movie. Took a huge gamble on the finances of it and had lines out, that went out around the block. And he just crushed it and made like so much money. Might have made too many sequels eventually, possibly, and maybe worn the brand out a little bit. But the very famous scene that is bigger than Billy Jack is when he's talking to this jackass, and they've reached that point, where it's like, hey, it's time to pick a hand,
right?
And he just says, you know what I'm going to do? He says, I'm going to put this foot right here, right there on that side of your face, and just, right there. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. And the dude's just like, oh, yeah. And then he's like, it's a great scene.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm looking him up.